Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to say that I'm sorry. Maybe my English not good. Yeah, Japanese language, Indonesian language, Indonesian English, Japanese English. Okay, I wanted to refer the theme on this presentation. Value of Japanese local wisdom in facing the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 is a very extraordinary category of disaster. I think we all know about this because it has hit all countries of the world. Yeah, when this virus first appeared in Wuhan, China, many people did not expect that this virus would spread so quickly throughout the world. At the beginning of emergence of this virus, many people, including Indonesian government, thought that Indonesia was immune to the virus because Indonesia is a country with a tropical climate and an area that is not suitable for the life of the Corona-19 virus. Yeah, and there are so many jokes. Yeah, we eat nasi kucing. Yeah, so we cannot infect this virus. However, it turns out that this virus can live in any weather. So that Indonesia is part of the country affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. On March 2nd, 2020, President Joko Widodo announced that for case of COVID-19 to enter Indonesia, there were 2 Indonesians who tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. 31 years old and a woman and 64 years old mother. Yeah. However, the expert team from the Faculty of Public Health, University of Indonesia, FKM UI, predict that the COVID-19 virus has entered Indonesia since the 3rd week of January 2020. Then there has been a local transmission. This is very possible because there are direct flights to Wuhan, Medan, and Pasar, Jakarta. When President Jokowi announced that there were citizens who were exposed to the coronavirus 19, at the same time, there were already 50 countries that had been declared exposed to the COVID-19 virus. And the presentation will explore how the Japanese view in understanding and overcoming the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, this is the Indonesian Japanese term, ya, pagebluk. Ya. Pandemic, when the Japanese referred to as a pagebluk, comes from the root word gebluk in Japanese or Sundanese. The word gebluk or bluk can mean falling, or it can also be called an explosion. Thus, pagebluk describe a condition where many victims fall down, which occur simultaneously, even on a large scale. The Japanese believe in prediction, especially, or we call ramalan, ramalan, especially those conveyed by people who are considered linuwih. Linuwih, maybe pusat ini called wong pinter, people who have a high mystical intelligence. For example, the prophecy of Prabu Jayabaya, a king in the kingdom of Kediri, known as Jongko Joyoboyo. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the prediction that has been said is sesuk yen wis ketemu tahun sing kembar, bakal ketemu jamane langgar bubar, masjid korat karit, Ka'bah ora kaambah, begajul podo ucul, manungso sedo tanpa diupakara, kawula cilik podo keluwen, para punggawa negara makarya nganti lali warga. If tomorrow miss the twin year, the surau, small mosque, will be disbanded. The mosque is not maintained. The Ka'bah is not visited. Criminals are released. People die, do not taken care of properly. The poor people starve, and officials work until they forget their family. Yeah. Now, this prediction is empirically proven, I think. The twin year is 2020. Yeah. With the COVID-19 pandemic, people do not come to the surau because of the advice to worship at home. The mosque also has no activities because it's not allowed to together together. Saudi Arabia has closed the pilgrimage and umrah, so people do not visit there. And 36,000 prisoners were released by the Ministry of Law and Human Rights for fear of becoming a place for the virus to spread. Then, with the pandemic, many people lost their jobs, so they could not eat, and officials were busy dealing with this pandemic, so they forgot their families. I think it's interesting to see this prediction or ramalan. The prediction in the Western perspective is different from the prediction in the Javanese perspective. Prediction in the Western perspective are based on rational thinking, which is based on and methodological framework. Meanwhile, prediction in Javanese perspective are not based on, but on the inner feeling, intuition. Through this, a person will get intuition in the form of inner knowledge, namely image that will happen in the future. It is the differences. Western philosophy, Western perspective, and Javanese perspective. Maybe Mas Farizal can explain about this also. Cosmological theology, theological value. For the Javanese, Pakablok is a cosmological and theological phenomenon. There is a relation among humans, nature, and God. This pandemic shows disharmony of the relation among them. Man with his ego forgets that he is part of nature and is a creature of God. Human should be polite and take good care of nature and be close to God as its creator. And this disharmony must be returned through various rituals, such as sedekah bumi, alms for the earth, sedekah laut, alms for the sea, and others. The purpose of these rituals is an expression of gratitude to God, and as well as asking for protection to avoid all disasters. And this attitude of gratitude is embedded in the Javanese, in Javanese culture. It can be seen in the word untung, fortunate, fortune, untung sikile ora popo, meskipun tangannya patah. Even though they are hit by the disaster, for example, when a father is exposed to COVID-19, they can still say that it is fortunate that the mother and children are not exposed. Such an attitude will strengthen, I think, their mentality in dealing with disaster. We try to make something to strengthen this mentality. Say untung, optimistic, optimistic term. Harmonization of religion and culture. Javanese people harmonize between religion and culture. Religious teaching are often included in culture, for example, in the lakon or story, wayang, and tembang or song. Sunan Kalijaga created a song that was sung when a disaster occurred. Pakeblok, The song was the song of the Rumakso ing Wengi. The internalization of teaching or advice through songs actually has the aim of instilling with teachings or advice in awareness, even in the subconscious. so that human remains alert and ready for various possible event that will happen to them, while at the same time relying on God Almighty. This is the kidung, Ono kidung rumaksa ing wengi, teguh hayu luputo ing loro. Luputo bilah kabeh jim setan daton purun paneluhan tan ono wani niwah panggawe Allah gunaning wong luput geni atemahan malih adoh tan ono ngarah ing mami guna duduh sirno. Sorry, it's not the proper meaning. There is a song of supplication in the middle of the night. What makes strong, say free from all diseases, free from all calamities. Genie and demons do not want to come near. All kinds of magic did not dare. Moreover, evil deeds, witchcraft or eliminate, fire becomes water. Thief stays away from me, all danger will disappear. This is the meaning of this tembang. This song is sung at night because it's the time when humans are weak. Night is the time to sleep and rest. This is the time often used to do evil. For example, stealing, sending witchcraft, santet, and others. Therefore, human must ask for salvation to God who never sleeps, so they are free from danger. Ernst Cassirer said that humans are homo symbolicum, beings who create symbols. Symbol can be realized in picture, sculptures, writings, dance, and others. The unique thing done by Javanese is to make the symbol in disease, vegetables. In the form of 7 vegetables. 7 vegetables are keluarga luwihono anggone gula wentah gatekno atau gatekno order to pay more family. This is the advice from this symbol. Cang glior long pins. Cencangan awakmu ojo lungo-lungo. Stay at home, don't go anywhere. Ini 3M. Terong, terusno anggone olahe manembah Gusti ojo datnyeng. Keep worship Almighty. Jangan datnyeng. Datnyeng itu apa? Kadang iya, kadang enggak. Kulit melinjo, ojo mau ngerti jobone, ning kudu ngerti jerone babakan pagebluk. Don't just look from the outside about a pandemic, but analyze it in depth with inner feelings, for example, with spirituality. Waluh, uwalono, ilangono, ngeluh, gresulo. Don't complain and be grateful. Godongso, golong gilik, dungo kumpul wong saleh, sugih kawruh, gathering and praying with and knowledgeable people. And 7 tempe temenono olehe DDP nyuwun pitulungane Gusti Allah. Believe in asking Allah for help and rest assured that Allah will help. I think this is a very advice it can use in pandemic era now. Closing. Ontologically, a pandemic is a sign of nature that must be understood wisely. COVID-19 does not exist by itself. The human who caused it to exist. So humans must introspect and what has happened and overcome the COVID-19. Epistemologically, the COVID-19 pandemic for the Javanese is not seen as an outward phenomenon, but also an inner one. to borrow the term of even Pritchard, there is a construction of mind, but also construction of heart. The construction of mind is to understand COVID-19 rationally through science, while the construction of heart is to understand COVID-19 through inner cultivation or spirituality. And axiologically, COVID-19 awakens humans to harmonize the relation among humans, nature, and God. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.